welcome everybody to Dynasty Podcast Show. I'm your host, Ira Bush. And I just want to say, first and foremost, thank y'all for tuning in. Today's show is called Modification of Power, F.W.S. And this is a special episode, part one of the title, just break it down. This is a special on exploiting the discrimination of white supremacy and the danger that arises from it. So, this is what basically the show is gonna be about. It's a lot going on. Basically, it's like this whole weekend I was sitting back and I was kind of like thinking about, what I already been, something happened Friday. I'm gonna talk about it in the show that is still occurring, that, there's this stigma on me that I have some kind of anger, or, I have a beard, or I'm part of this person and that. Where I come from, the people that I've been around when I was younger, like I explain all the time, they're not weak people. The way we live in the United States of America, this is the most racist one of the most racist white supremacist places that it was formulated off of. The fact that they're not understanding that black, African descendant native people, black and brown people are stronger than them now, but in 2025, and what they built this country off of slavery and having us work in these fields and build these roads and create all these special things, the light posts, the electricity, the stealing of ideas. They still doing it now. I talk about it all the time on my podcast. I don't understand why they can't just let it go. Everything's built up. You basically turn a human being into a piece of paper. You already know how to get that. Why are you making it a big thing? Like, why? It's not a big thing no more. Let that shit go. Because if we start getting active and we start going over here to Africa and to Asia and all these continents that don't like y'all, that make fun of y'all, and then y'all make us look even worse because y'all do all this fake old light show, this imaginary dream, whatever they be thinking in their head that ain't relevant to the 2025. They need to cut it out. You know what I'm saying? This is me saying it nicely, because what happened to me Friday, I could have took it way other way. I got a mother of my child. She's delusional. She's white. She's a black white supremacist. She's not. She think, I don't mind her raising my child. That's not the problem. Because when I went over there, I'm not arguing with her about raising my child. This is something personal. I like to tell stories. I was going to tell it later on, but it just resonates so much because I could see my eyes. Even though they like to try to I hate to call it how I see it, even though they want to be me still. Like I tell y'all all the time, because I speak the truth. I don't got time to speak no lies. I see what it is and what it is and what it look like. This person doesn't comprehend that you come over here saying that you from this island and that island, you support this group of people, but you in the United States. I was born here. You have I haven't even tapped in completely all the way. It's still rules and regulations of why they don't want me to tap in completely, but it's okay. It's gonna get handled. It's gonna get situated. And I already been up top when it comes to education, whatever the education system is, since I've been in elementary. And I talk about this all the time. And they since there, and they've been trying to knock it down, but I'm still gonna keep hitting them in the head, keep hitting them in the head, keep hitting them in the head. Like I keep telling you, I'm gonna keep coming. I have children. I have a child. She's gonna be even better than me. So that's what I'm protecting right now. That stuff that I went, it was so okay. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna tell that story later. But like I said, it's gonna be a big show. Like I said, shout out to my parents. I mean, my mom, my grandparents. They still alive and well. They still got to get their stream back. Stuff happens. Like I said, it's a tough world out here. We stay in a tough state. So we're gonna keep going forward. We're gonna keep trying to go progress. I got a strong family. I know, like I said, the stigma of me speaking my mind gonna always be the opposite said to them. So I'm not stunning nobody who throws salt. If any family members that still listen to the lies, y'all gonna have to find another ship to hop on when it come to the top. I don't mind. I don't have no beef with it. I'm not talking from anger or nothing. I'm just saying that's what it's gonna be. because I don't have time to be tap danced for no white man ever, never, and never been. So the two books that I'm not gonna read one of them. I'm gonna dissect the index and the cover and the the title of it. This book right here, this is basically what I'll be talking about. This book was written by a white man. This is called A Fever in the Heartland, the Ku Klux Klan plot to take over the Americas and the woman who stopped them. Now, if this was written by a white man, I almost guarantee it might not, it probably was a white woman that they already done championed that unstopped. They said that they stopped the Ku Klux Klan, the plot to take over. How y'all plot? Y'all still doing Ku Klux Klan? Y'all still walking around here still? How y'all stopped it? It's still police officers, sheriff officers, judges, all attorneys, all kind of Ku Klux Klan activity going on in 2025. The people have literally changed. They will not wear their Ku Klux Klan cloak. That's the only thing that have changed. But everything else, it still applies. Now, this guy Timothy Egan, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna read your book. I always use all my resources. So when they get me, they make me use all the when life gives you lemon, you make lemon lime, lead, whatever. That's what I do. So I'm here and I'm gonna use all my research. So this book, y'all might, this is the fairy tale world, because ain't no white man gonna tell me about no Ku Klux Klan and how y'all stopped it. That's not happening because you ain't stopped nothing yet. So let's move on from that book. Now, the book I did check out and I am going to read, it's called Right Fragility or whatever. The book, the title's right here. So I already read, and that guy right there is a very special writer right here. So I'm gonna have to type in. I just put that guy on back burner because I have to write my stuff. I don't want to steal nothing from him, but I heard him speak on Breakfast Club a lot. I watched all five of the I can't even think of it right now, but he talks a lot. He traveled. He said enough. He's saying people I like. He likes. So I'm definitely gonna tap in. He just wrote a few words. The guy who wrote the book is Robin D'Angelo. Female. I think it's a female who wrote this. But Robin is a unisex name. So I have not read this book. I just checked it out this morning. So I'm gonna read it. That's gonna be part two. We're gonna start part two of dissecting this book of just dismantling and exploiting the destruction and danger of white supremacy because it's relevant. So that's gonna be what it's gonna be about. The base of it. I'm gonna dissect the index and stuff when I go into detail. So I'm just telling y'all what the show gonna be about. Like I said, people still want to be me. They can't. They all they gotta do is put a mic on and be special. If they can't do that, and find something to do. I already done coached. I already done helped generations under me. You ain't did that, so you definitely can't be me, sir. So just fine. Or woman, whatever you're thinking in your head. I cut my own hair now. I got a real barber. These are my players, and now they became, young men. So shout out to them. I don't stop and hate nobody. I got one barber for real. Like everybody know. You go on his page, you gonna see a picture, and me and him have real conversations. He'll pop in on you anytime. I give him that light. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to him. Because I tell him all the time, I tell my players this, I tell them people who ask me for advice, if I can't do it, or I won't tell you to do something if I can't do it, or I won't try to do it. I will never, and I've said this several times to everybody that I've ever been around me long enough. So, we gotta still fight the good fight. We gotta still not hold our head down. We are black men. We are targeted. I'm targeted. I'm not gonna say I'm targeted. I'm trying my best not to think like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's very difficult for me to like be nice about it. You know what I'm saying? These people I'm talking about I've never been outdone by a white person a day in my life, ever. Never in my life. Still has been nobody that came in front of me that I've looked at. They're not a threat to me. They're the lowest, and I'm being so nice about this. This is 34 years of living. They never been amounted to what I've been amounted to. And the same thing goes with them attacking my mother and my grandmother and my grandfather. Y'all definitely can't even touch them. And that's what I mean. I mean that. And I got several cousins and sisters, the same thing. I still ain't seen it. So we're going to move along. I don't care how you feel about it. Now, I always write stuff down. One thing I want to be thankful for what you actually have. Definitely strive for more. Don't forget to like sharpen your gifts, and just be so point. Like everybody born with something. I always say this. Everybody born with something. Don't lose that sight of staying on point, staying on the highest of yourself. Um, like I said, I'm gonna compare and contrast the index. I'm gonna read it. I'm going into a depth about the index on the book that I checked out, and then I'm gonna read the title of the other one. Y'all read it. We're gonna talk about it a little more. And then for the second segment, we basically gonna talk about y'all know I'm heavy. This is a political. This is the reason why I'm talking about white supremacy, is because the political world right now is we have a person in office that is supposed to be running the country that is so much division in his camp, in his cabinet, that they're attacking people just cause Representative Al Green, I just seen one of the clips. It doesn't matter. It's like this is somebody I don't look at it every day, but I'm happy it just came to me. You feel me? That's how it usually happens when I do my show. So basically, he just went over and he's talking about just like basically what I was just saying. They're still divided. He's still propping things up that doesn't need to be propped up. I'm gonna let you hear the clip. So when we get the clip, we're gonna talk about it a little bit more in depth. And then Jasmine Crockett just got kicked. They just eliminated her seat. She got a rerun somewhere else in Texas. And like I said, basically what I was thinking, her being a truth teller is a threat to these people. This person can easily be. I know how they do, black female and men, and she's already at a higher position, and she's very young. So the way she speaks is a very general and for the masses. Like then there's this Representative Summer Lee. She's more detailed and she's more hers is sharp and they don't be playing. So she's very detailed, and Miss Jasmine is more of she got to start narrowing it so she don't get tried like she just did with her seat. So she just got to stay focused on her message and not get into it, because as soon as I started speaking on her, they put on CNN, MSNBC, they started toting her around, and I'm not mad at what she did. I just know she should stay on. She just made sure her being a representative, that she had to have probably 2 or 3 things that she literally had to stick to, and she probably got a little spread it out. And they started infiltrating her. You know how people, where's your husband? Because I got tried. Like, I'll tell the story later. But where's your husband? Where's your children? They try. This is not me knowing. This is me seeing what they were doing, because they want to throw salt instead of find solutions and find resolutions of things that are still a problem in this country. So hopefully, I already seen people already done spoke up for her. People gonna probably vote her back into a seat, but it's gonna take a year or two probably, or I don't know how long this stuff goes. I'm gonna get into depth how this stuff works, because I know I'm gonna be in the political world for the rest of my life, because I already put my foot in all the way in. I'm just not gonna talk all the time because I have very petty issues. My child is 12, gonna be 11 years old. Time is ticking. I have to sit the bench for her. I have to really be. Everybody know what it is when I coach and stuff, with the energy I bring and the light I'm gonna bring and the advice I'm gonna give. I have stopped all that because people went to try my child, and they still trying to try her. Which it still don't stop. But for the majority of the part, I got family and relatives that people feel like the system think they could try them. So and I'm speaking up for them too. So, and they already done happen. I can't do nothing. But things are gonna change, man. The way I'm gonna get into the political world is not gonna be a nice way. It's not nice at all how I'm gonna get into the political world. I'm not playing with nobody. I've been told everybody that I was as a child what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be this way or that. It's gonna be boom, and it's gonna boom, boom, boom. It ain't get out my way, because I already know. My mom married an African man. So what he showed me when it comes to spiritual and the church and how to congregate, and this people come here and they still fresh out, it's just a little bit more space. They try to attack them different kind of ways, but I know what strength is. I know what power is. I know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to procreate. You're supposed to have wives. You're supposed to take care of your family. That's the base. You're supposed to provide a house. And this was told to me by my best friend, his father, and the people around me in my community when I was young. So all that extra stuff going on, shout out to them too, for real. Because I know what hard work look like. I know what everything, all that, this and that. That still was shown to me as a child. Well, I know what a strong mother looked like and a single mother looked like and all this and that. So it ain't no back and forth. My dad was pretty, like I said, my dad was pretty good to me. I can't deny my mom and my dad know how to communicate. They both had the people that they spoke with and dated and married and whatever. But they still was pretty good friends up to my dad's sentence. So I ain't even tripping about that neither. So and my dad was very beloved in his community. So and my mom is very beloved everywhere she's ever been. So I ain't tripping about all this negative because I speak and I talk and I don't have to lie. And when it's coming out of here, it's what I feel and what I think and I believe. It ain't no behind the it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to me. So it's been like this since I've been writing and speaking. So y'all gonna have to get with the program. Now, keywords today that we're gonna matter of fact, we're gonna do the keywords right now. We're gonna do 2 keywords because people actually, I don't feel like people are really like understanding. But the first word is republic. We're gonna see what republic, because Representative Al Green spoke on that. The clip I'm gonna let you listen to, he talks about that. That's a word that he that is a word that he highlighted in this in the message that somebody else sent him that he referenced. So we're gonna look up republic. The definition of republic. Republic, a state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representative, and which has elected or nominated president rather than monarch. So this republic is the collective. This is the agreement of everybody that is a part of this system. You get what I'm saying? Like you said, representative and the people. So whoever we put in and whoever come with an agreement, and that is what it is. We don't need nobody coming in dividing, because this is what the system was designed for. When y'all was kicked out of Europe and y'all started bringing all them slaves over and making an agreement with this country and that European country and Britain and this and whoever y'all was beefing with and fighting, this was a place where y'all was supposed to come and create a new life. It still should be the same way. We in no way, and then y'all went right in there exactly what they told y'all not to do, which was enslave, which was do all this demonic, spiritual, whatever they were doing at that time, which was way more powerful and strength because the food had diluted. There's pollution everywhere. There's people that don't understand that you don't need to practice some of these things. Weak should not mix with the strength. If you on the weak side, stay on the weak side. You should not be trying to go into spiritual and playing with powerful people. That's how you get by. So don't play around like that neither. So we need to let's start thinking harder now. Let's get with the program. So republic, remember what that is. That's a collective agreement basically between the people and the elected people and the people that were elected, or the representative that was elected. Stop putting this one person that y'all elected into. That man don't have the power that he do, because if people know what the rules is, they won't be over here entertaining all that stuff that he be all that division he's spewing out his mouth half the time. So that's the first one. The next definition is nuance. That's a word that I never looked up, but it's used a lot, and it's talked about in that book that I'm going to read. And it's actually in the beginning of the word. You know, people speak. There's writers and very powerful people that speak on the book that they read, and they talk about it twice. It was brought up, so I'm going to put nuance. AU definition nuance. nuance, a subtitle difference in a in or shade of meaning, expression, or sound. So basically, nuance is basically a word that is another word for this expression, another word for, it's a more sophisticated word, to describe, what you how you feeling, how you coming off as. So, it's a feeling, it's a moment kind of situation. So that's what nuance is. And that's just I like to, that's just something I like to do sometimes when I see words pop up, something that's, people probably need to know, people not paying attention, they might see it and they don't know where it's going. This is just me giving you some, information. So with that being said, let's continue. Let's go into depth. Let's go into depth right away with this book. Now I'm gonna start with this compare and contrast. Again, it's compare and contrast of these two books about white supremacy, which is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going to never agree with. It's not. I don't know why people thought I was on. I don't know. I prayed to, my mom is alive, my grandmother is alive, my grandfather is alive. These are powerful people. These people I got people that watch over me for real. That's my friends. That's really strong and powerful females. All that go into it. I appreciate all that great energy of power of real high, the highest, the born to show. I appreciate it. I got real cousins, all that. That's it's not a joke to me. So I'm gonna go right into this. I'm gonna read this guy's title. I'm not gonna go. I might read his book. I'm gonna read this book, the other book, and then if I feel like it, I'm gonna go. I might give him the benefit of the doubt. I just don't like the I don't even like. This is what this whole show. This is what this episode is about. You cannot feel entitled as a black. You cannot write no book like this and then put your face. Look, he got his picture up there. No, I can't even believe this. That man put his picture up there. And he said it was probably, that's why I think he said it was, he just put the white, I don't know if it's 1920s based. I'm pretty sure the lady was white. But 1920, after 1700, Constitution was made in 1700. How you stop something? They already was steamrolling shit. That shit was over. Like, we still fighting that. You still hiding. You know what I'm saying? So you could be a Ku Klux Klan member. I ain't gonna try you like that, but you know what I'm saying. You know what the people, like I tell y'all, you start hanging people from trees, burning them and eating their flesh and all that. Y'all ain't high, or y'all ain't even talking about it. I'm gonna talk about that probably if they put that on history stuff channel on which I'm gonna show y'all some stuff now. But a fever in the heartland. The Ku Klux Klan plot to take over America. The woman who stopped them. Now this seems like I just read that and I think I just can't. It ain't correlating to me. It ain't that. So I'm gonna let that be. I'm gonna let that be what it's gonna be, man. Y'all take it how y'all want to. Now this one, I'm gonna read it again. I'm gonna actually read y'all the stuff that the people said about the book as well, and read the back of the book. White fragility. Why it's so hard to talk about racism by Robin D'Angelo, and the forward by Michael Eric Dyson. And we're gonna go right into just what the people have said. I'm gonna read you who gave these kind words about the book. Praise for white fragility. White fragility is rare and incisive examination of the system of white body supremacy, which binds us all as Americans. Robin DiAngelo expliques and underlining Western ideologies and individualism and pursuing objectivity that tighten those bonds. But she doesn't just analyze this system with the authenticity and clarity. She provides the antidote to white fragility and roadmap of developing white racial stamina and humility. White fragility loosens the bonds of white supremacy and binds us back together as human beings. So, and that was by Risama Manekam. Probably messed up your name, but I will be doing research on you. I'm sorry about that. This was the author of My Grandmother's Hands and Rock the Boat. So, I'm going to be, that's how I'm going to get more in detail of who I need to be listening to about this subject because it's very relevant now. I think this book was made in like 2000. I tried to get the latest. I think it was 2018 or something I seen on there. So, yeah. Um, let's dissect what that person said about the book. I like this is one of my fun things to do. So, and I'm gonna break it down into like what the problem is now. What I like I said, I'm gonna list. I don't think I played it yet, so I'm gonna let y'all listen to Representative Al Green, what he's talking about, and then y'all see my whole angle is not gonna change. Um, Now I have people around me. I'm gonna just tell this quick story real quick, and what the book. This is what seems like what the book's gonna be. It's basically how my life has been my whole life. There's so many stories I can tell about in elementary, middle school, and high school definitely. And it just like and a lot of in high school it got real bad because it was blackface. It was a black white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? It was a black person standing there, students and principals and administration doing exactly what the white supremacists wanted them to do. And that was sell a bunch of black children out, do what they want, trying to say this is because my child or this. Hi, you ain't earned this position. You ain't destined for a position that somebody already paved the way for their family. Hard earned, not cutting no corners now. So that already will. I look at certain stuff like that. When I was younger, I was like, well, we do got a big family. Well, I ain't really gonna argue. I'm not in. I eat every day. I clothe every day. This is the stuff that me and my dad talk about all the time. My mom definitely just showed, this stuff I wasn't stressed about at all as a young person. So I wasn't stressed, but I know what I came from. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference, when you see people like that's supposed to be on your side is literally just jealous, literally doing salt envious things. And it's continuing with you when you're adult even worse because they child is retarded, they child is jealous, they child didn't get the intellectual property that you was born with, or they wanted to be what you wanted to be, but they didn't have the discipline to act, they didn't have the discipline to learn, they didn't have the discipline to sit still and gain some knowledge from it. Or, it ain't my fault. I never was so hard to the people in my family that got information from me or listen to me, they have extended past, the expectation was what it's gonna be. They are already success in my eyes, especially us all being under 40 for the most part in my generation. Everybody's still pretty on point. Now that doesn't change the fact that there's still white supremacy. There's still people that don't want us to have wealth and money, and but it's still gonna get happen. It might take longer than we want, but it definitely look pretty good. And there's a lot of jealous black people that get jealous because they think we cut corners. But everybody got, everybody checks off. You know, it checks off. So, and then that goes back and forth. I talk about, like I said, there's a black face, there's a white, all that stuff comes in hand. Now let's continue. This is another person, going to the next, like I was saying, what an amazing, powerful book Robert DiAngelo has written. This remarkable book encourages folks to embrace a more deeply nuanced exploration of white culture and dominance as such, which will be a great contribution in promoting the necessary policy change and healing that this country requires. Dr. DiAngelo's work in this deconstruction witness is not only brilliant, it is written in a way that is crystal clear and assembles to each and every reader, which, while this is a powerful scholarly analysis of white fragility, it is also an invitation to engage in deep personal inquiry and collective change. As a woman of color, I find hope in this book because of potential disrupt and patterns and relationships that have emerged out of long-standing colonial principles and beliefs, which fragility is an essential tool toward authentic dialogue and action, may it be so. And that was by she got a Shakiti. I don't know how I'm probably missing these people, but these people are writers. These people are, over things that have to do with scholar and books. and words. So Shakiti, I'm gonna spell it out for y'all. Shakti Butler. Her last name is Butler, and she's the president of the World Trust and director of Mirrors and Privilege. Now, these people positions might have changed in the world because this book is not new. It's 7 years old, I think. But I believe if it was printed in 2018, that means it was probably formulated because these people are very high ranked people. These people that I'm mentioning in the book world, in the what's the word for it? In the scholar world. So they might still have a position, might not, in the mirrors of privilege and making the witness visible, whatever. So let's move on. Let's dissect what she said. That's basically what I was saying. It's so funny how, when I talk about these people and them saying things like that, and it's so relevant, it's never not going to be relevant. It all depends on who's speaking on it at the time. It all depends on who's taking it serious. And, people forget. Now, during this time, it was a lot of, black people speaking up from because after I graduated 09, after 09, I say after everybody probably, I didn't take the college route, but after like people started graduating and getting toward that graduation, or the people a little bit under us, and like I said, from my class was in college, and everybody started getting back to that wave of just being empowered and being young. I wasn't like him. I was coaching. I coached sports. I had my stationary position. I did what I was supposed to at the highest level with everybody, but I didn't have the position of speaking in public. I just had a position of speaking to the youth or on my football team. It wasn't as this is way bigger. This, like I said, the views I get, I might not get the views that I want all the way to 4-5 years. Maybe they'll catch on. You know what I'm saying? This is this is over. People my age are not thinking this in depth about it. They still enjoying their life. They still traveling, and they still know how to move around and get to the country. But like I said, as a youth, it was people speaking out. Like it was new rappers, new groups. It was new. It was like I said, college. How that world goes when you're young. Everybody doing their things. We communicate without putting it on air, kind of. So now we still have to speak, and we still And before I move on, I forgot to say this one thing. This is a message for me. This is what I wrote down. I forgot to say it in my intro, and I just want to this that made me think. I wrote it down. So let me find out what I said. Oh, just like I would say, if you're doing something you're proud of, if you did something you're not proud of, don't don't be afraid to don't be intimidated by correct. Don't be intimidated by the failure of it. Don't be afraid to like correct. Don't be like, oh, I learned this when I was younger from my parents. Like my mom was a great teacher. Like I'd be confused still. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to me making the decision as an adult, that's why she taught me how she taught me, because I'm already a full grown adult. There's no, she can't tell me not to do nothing that I don't. She cannot make me do this or that. She can only say what she say. And like I said, I know she does. She grew up in a different time, so her time frame of what she expects, on TV, like, oh, we could just go into anywhere and just get an opportunity. But it doesn't work like that for people like me. It doesn't, and she knows that it definitely wasn't work like that for people like her, but I come from you. So you gotta think about it. Like, if you was attacked, what you think they gonna do to your black son? And I think she doesn't mind me, because me and her speak for real. Like, me and my mom talk about some real stuff. When she doesn't like speaking like this, and often because there's people listening way too hard. They got TVs everywhere, cameras everywhere, phones everywhere. I talk about this stuff all the time. So me and her having a in-depth conversation, that might go all the way to the top, and they might feel like they might get intimidated by that. But me, I don't care. I'm already in it. They, it ain't no way they're hiding behind it, because they was testing me since I was in elementary, like I talk about all the time. So, just don't be intimidated by changing it up. What your mom say, just add on to it, switch it high to this generation, and progress. So, you know, and my mom pretty much be on point. So I don't even say too much about how she talked to me. I just laugh. You know, I'd be mad in that moment and I'd be like, dang, she got me. You know how somebody got mind mess with you, like she's very good at like that's why I say I can't be around her too long, but she definitely still got the wisdom, and I definitely don't like people messing with her intellectual property. This stuff will get corrected. I'm not playing with nobody about it because this is very important to my family tree. And the same thing with my grandmother. My grandmother stopped, you know, but one of the most creative people I ever seen is my grandmother. So, you know, I don't even play like that neither. And, you know, it's still people, weirdos who want to be attached. They don't know how to communicate. It's white people. This and now that's gonna close that section because I'm very I'm not sensitive about my mother and my grandmother. I just not playing about them. It's just like it's my child. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I don't seen too much. I don't let y'all so-called people who supposed to be protecting this country do some cross behind that shit. And I'm gonna still speak on it. You still ain't gonna control nothing I say. It's gonna be very, you're gonna have to go back in time and kill my grandfather Jewel to stop this voice. So y'all could cancel all that. Um and so you know, basically this is what's gonna have to happen. See, I've lost train. I was about to spin out again. But let's move on because it was important. I'll tell you, it's important. Basically, I was saying it's people out here that you know. I've been to school. I've been in public school, so I was around white people all the time. There's white men and women that I don't know what kind of these people have done some of the most hateful, heinous stuff to me. Like I showed y'all the back of my head. These people have been found. You know what I'm saying? I'm 34-year-old man. They're the ones that paid this people and that people and this people. I'm calling you out. I don't like you. If you looking, if you came to me and you passed it up, then we might have a middle ground. But you're weak. You're so weak and fruitile, and it might be a couple brown people in there that's on that side, but they sell out. They don't bleach their skin already. It's okay. Y'all lump yourself in with that stupid group, but you still gonna have a hard time with me. It's just me by myself right now. Mind you, it's me by myself. Not I did not. If I got the resources, I would definitely go get my A+ team and A- team and A team to get started moving how I wanted to be moved. But you didn't give me the resources. You want everybody else to have them. But that's still gonna end up in my favor because I still know what I'm supposed to be saying. I still know what I'm supposed to be doing. I still my choice. I still didn't fail overall what it's supposed to be the play and plot of what it's supposed to be. So, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I ain't gonna go too much. I be trying, but this is white supremacy. You know, we talking about it today. So, you know, but let's move on, man. I give y'all some words of wisdom speech or whatever. Let's go right into, you know, talking about what represents Al Green. We're gonna play the first 5 6 minutes probably, and then we're gonna dissect it. This was 2 or 3 days ago, so let me go for this. Okay, now this guy is one of the most bravest representatives we have. He's consistently said that he wants the president to be impeached. Um, Former Vice President Dick Cheney is a white. I believe he's a white guy. So I'm not. I'm pretty sure he's white. Is he white? Let me see. I remember his face, but it might be a whole nother person. But I like that he used somebody, so people won't feel. Let's see, man. I don't want to say something. I will tell you why I was saying. Yeah. Well, he passed away in November, so I guess know how that go. That's why I was so yeah. Wise words from somebody who passed away. Know how that go. Um, basically. Well, I like that you use somebody that's not, like I said, I'm not. I don't agree with everything everybody say, but I like that he used examples like this because I try my best to find examples like this. So this is good to have another third person that agree. Everybody on the same page when it comes to this person being a threat to the vision and just having the mindset that he's the person that's supposed to make all the rules and make all the changes and everything's geared towards his inner circle and not just the people. So that's why he wanted this position. Like I said, he wanted to have a position and could clear his face up because he had so many negative stigmas attached to him. So this is basically what it comes down to. So we're gonna move on from. I like the title of this other one because Representative Al Green puts out a lot of stuff. This was yesterday or Saturday, one of them days. The weekend. I'm going. The title of this clip is Trump administration betrayal of the values of Statue of Liberty represents. No, I'm not gonna read that. I thought that was more in depth about something that I was talking about. So I'm not gonna read it. So I'm gonna leave it there. That's basically what it is. People probably that was fighting a good fight are passing away. I'm not saying everything that guy, I don't know what I'm not. If I'm gonna be a politician, I'm not looking too much into. I'm looking into more. This is me speaking for myself. I don't care too much about what everybody's saying because they're still going around in a circle. They still have not found the way. They still have not the old hater, the old group of people, men that are in position have not. They have not put enough. They have not put enough energy into finding youth and to find like he could go find 50 men that think like him because I'm on the side of think he can reach out to me and he'll be surprised how much I'm of my youth can help him if you get what I'm and spreading his message and to like really having a clear conscience of having figuring out what to really how to really fight people like the person that's in office. But they so a lot of these people have the mindset that they have to stand up here and tap. This is not tap dancing because he's speaking a lot of truth and trying to change or trying to bring light to. But like I said, it has to be don't be intimidated by the person that's 30, 25, and you finding these people without them being tainted and to putting them in the limelight. He should have 50 to 100 people that support him behind him. You remember that scene where when Malcolm X came in, they had to get that guy who got beat up out of jail, and he just did that finger. He just said, and everybody moved when he said. That's what he need to be on. It need to be 15 to 20 of him with 50 people like that, and that's just a message for me because I'm done talking about whatever he doing and da 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 da. I'm telling you, it's already there. They got police officers around here thinking that they some kind of strong men because they hide behind the shield, but you realize that they used to sick dogs on black men and spray them with. This was in the 60s and the 50s and in the 70s. Like I talk about that movie she made with the people in Georgia hiding in the woods and they still thinking it's the 1800s and they ain't left the slave form yet. And they keeping these people in chained up. This is stuff that be good, and this stuff was found in the 1970s. So all this that's been broken through. Now let's get on the core of it's gonna be a lot of people that don't want to be hear a message that these have because they've been so they haven't had the resources to even feel like they're a part of this whole world of United States and how it was formulated, but that's not on them. These people these people are in position to go out here and find. That's why they're representative. So if we put you in office, don't be intimidated to go knock on these doors. Don't be intimidated to go open some facilities up that I've been preaching for so long since I've been coaching since I was 18. I already knew what the play was supposed to be. That I have not seen enough of y'all do it, and I definitely ain't seen it in Florida because when COVID hit, all they did was turn the community center into COVID vaccination stop shops, and I ain't seen nobody step in and do community work yet on a consistent basis. So when I tell people I want a center, it's gonna be way better than just some old prop this youth center up and not put no effort into it. Cause it's the stuff I see being built around me. It's so funny. I'm not mad or intimidated by it. I'm just laughing because they don't want people like me with the mindset to really go full throttle with these centers, and they don't want me even in these facilities, right? They want to slander my name. They want the youth to not go with me. They don't want me to be a father that raised his family. They don't want none of this stuff for me to, but that's not me cursing myself. That's me telling you what they don't want. So they power and they will does not outweigh my power and my will of greatness, of strength, of to being a father, to being a community leader, to being a this thing that I know I'm already am. So it don't matter who don't like it. It's people that I don't help and I don't steal so much into. They still going against me because I'm telling you that way this country was formed, y'all not even trying to fight the fight because y'all hiding behind this old way. So we're gonna continue to make it a thing. We're gonna continue to make it a reason why y'all not gonna win, and we're gonna continue to grow, and keep going. So now that being said, story time. Y'all know I like story time. All right, this goes right into what we've been talking about all day. I hate to do it to Broward County and the sheriff's department over there, but I got to do y'all in again. I left you alone now. I'm gonna say it before I go. Before I this it ain't really the school. It's just the people that they try to self controlling. It's so many white supremacists in Broward County School Board on the board. These people are trying to steal the light out of black children at an alarming rate in Broward County. I want y'all people to know this. The mothers, they be doing their pills and their marijuana and their alcohol, and they got them spaced out in that type of way when it comes to these black families and these young mothers. So I don't want this is a mess for me. Try to stay away from that. Try to really hone in on take care of your child. Try to go to these school board meetings. Try to go to these council meetings. I can't go to Broward because I'm not located there. My child is though, and that's where it's gonna get real grimy about my child. And she's actually doing pretty well. She's still an A+ AB student. Most probably principal list. Sixth grade not hard, so she probably gonna make principal list all year this year. And she did all kindergarten through fifth grade. She did that. So I'm not really, the problem is that I have somebody taking advantage of the power that I have. You get what I'm saying? I have a baby mother that's not intelligent enough to see that they want her to go against me. So she's not even winning that well. You know what I'm saying? When somebody not even winning like that, they just happy that they good. But you can work with me and you can win. You can do all the work. You can talk to any man. You know what I'm saying? But you want to go against me. How that look? So I go there. I swear I had some real high power. I had some real business going on with her, the mother. So I go early, I was gonna drop her a Robocalls, give her a hug, let her know, your dad's still with you. I'm glad you enjoying your school. They had a basketball game that day. I would have asked you want to go see the basketball? We could check that out. The games be over at 7:00. It was the night when whatever she had planned wasn't gonna stop nothing from her. But this is where the this is where the duck in her come in there. I get to the school now. Now, mind you, I go probably an hour. I go last period. I sit in. I say, just tell her to come to the office. I want to drop her something off. I don't communicate. This person doesn't want to communicate like an adult. So I like to talk about it. I'm on a show. You know what I'm saying? I've been outside. You know what I'm saying? You can't even do this. So I go to the school. Everybody say, how you doing? I was like, yeah, I'm here. I just wanted to speak to Anaya Bush. I had to drop her father's here to drop something off. I was gonna tell her to let her mom know I need to speak to her. Not even trying to meet her that day, mind you, because I know she probably was roaming around like she did when I walked out the door. It's so petty. So they made me sit there for an hour. The stupid sheriff officer, he comes, told him, everybody, the school know I ain't playing because I went to the school board that many times this summer. I'm not playing with nobody. They got a nice group. The principal is nice. The people at the front nice. I'm talking about these people is working. They got families now. I know they can't do much. So I apologize if y'all feel. I don't think they felt intimidated. But I don't. I'm not. It's not y'all. I went to the school board. That's what I'm letting them know. Continue to take care of my child. I appreciate you greatly. I hope nothing but success. I get their name. I would never throw a black woman under the bus. I don't care what nobody tell. I got their name. I don't even look too hard into it. I'm not lying. I did the same thing her elementary. I didn't do nothing with that lady for her. But what I am finna do is these sheriffs, these fake counterpointed ass sheriff, detective ass, rat, or white supremacist, bald heads, or whatever they want to call. So I get there, everybody checked out, front desk people. I'm waiting. I say, well, dang, I know she said she had assignments they was going over. I said, okay, cool. So I let it play out. I say, well, is she okay? And then I was like, well, yes, she's doing. I said, okay. I was like, oh well, I didn't want to be there when the students, because that's just how I am. I didn't want to make it about me being there and the attention and the scene and all that. And it wasn't a scene really, but everybody was getting out of school, so the stupid sheriff officer come over here like, oh, we're gonna have to leave. You have to get off the premises. He acted like I was a threat. I looked at this man. How I'm a threat, and I've been sitting here very calmly and nicely, and you about to make it seem like I was mad. What I'm mad about? I didn't come here for mad. I didn't come here for nothing. I came to drop my child a Roblox card off, sir. I just need to speak to her, see how she's doing. It's been a while. Me and her mom, we don't communicate properly. Well, we haven't met. She does. We now. I don't know. I ain't even go into detail. I was like, well, I showed him. I showed her social, her birth, her shot records. I'm like, I could put my name on there. It won't be an issue with it. It's the mother's decision. I say, you don't know that. You part of the problem. He gonna pull out a picture of him having a black white. I call it that Ku Klux Klan member and a white supremacist, which he is. That's the problem. Y'all think because y'all got a white wife, y'all ain't Ku Klux Klan and white supremacists. When they decided to make that some reason why y'all ain't Ku Klux Klan members. Y'all been doing enslavement since y'all been raping black women since y'all put them over in the boat. Now that y'all got this stupid badge, now that y'all put all these people in prison, now that y'all put all these people on drugs and all this division, y'all spreading all this ideology of gayness being okay. Y'all doing that stuff since they jumped off the boat. Y'all know what y'all did to formulate this country. Why y'all acting like y'all ain't did it in the more? Y'all trying to do it in a more sophisticated way in some kind of agreement that ain't no agreement over here. It ain't never gonna be an agreement. You're never gonna have control of my child, and I promise you that it's gonna be a very cold day when you realize that you're not gonna never happen. She gonna have all the opportunity in the world to do what she want to do. I promise you that. This is my word over yours. So that's how I look at it. So her being 12 and 11 in middle school, I'm proud of my child. She's done excellent so far. But you ain't finna do what you ain't finna do is try to enslave her spirit, all being old fake old, you know what I'm saying, stuff that I'm paying attention. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna think you gonna have somebody think and talk for her. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna go down like that. So we gonna cancel that now. We don't care what the robot mom over here who done sold me 30 times over to the government 30 million times. How you be a street person and a snitch and a rat? Which one is it? You can't be both. So I leave. I say, okay, cool. Y'all part of the problem. I don't care if your wife is black. Shout out to her. She just joined your side. That's all that happened. So I said, cool. And I told her later, I said, I gave my child whole full name. Make sure the real Anaya gets this. I told her. And I left. I wasn't even mad, really. Her mom was right there. I said, well, perfect. I only came here to see her anyway. So they made a big deal over here. I'm like, this stuff is playing out. Like, why are they making this? I'm talking, mind you, I don't coach in Palm Beach, Broward. I don't coach against Broward and Dade County. And I coach players from all these. I'm talking about, actually, I don't coach all players. I coach players from Palm Beach, Dade, and Broward. For real. Like, I've done this. So I've been in the community. So these people will always speak like, man, when I was around coach, he did this for me, this for me, this is really what would happen in real time. Not no made up white supremacist made up story that y'all keep making up since I was 8 years old. Dead. Out of here. You know what I'm saying? Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I ain't talking about no fake junk that y'all want to think. I'm talking about the real junk that I'm talking about now that I'm going to keep talking about. So I talked to this person. How you we having them? I'm like, what? I didn't even come over for me and Naya good. You feel me? I'm good with my child. Great spirit, we good. You the problem. You were literally the problem. You kind of cussed me out, called me all. Wow, look at your clothes. I got on gym. Look, I had on nice. I had a shirt, gym shorts, and some shoes. Some these shoes I bought these last week. She's like, look what you wearing. What I got? I got a fresh cut. I'm chilling. Like I ain't come there embarrassed. I got my bag. I'm chilling. Like, what is she talking about? It's not a dress up show. My child know I ain't never a day in my life. You feel me? I took my child multiple millions of places. You know what I'm saying? She bringing up all kind of dumb stuff that she talking F.W.S. I say, what? That's petty. Like, this is my child. Like, I'm looking at this stuff like, what are you talking about? You the mother, I'm the father. Why are you making this big deal about this stuff? This. She don't even care about this much that stuff. She likes to enjoy her time. She's a very independent person. I'll taught her how to cook. I told her about being clean. I don't talk about all this stuff with my child. My child learned how to cook from me. I taught her about not letting people take advantage of her. Me and her have great rapport. I don't know what this person is talking about. She does not talk like this. She talks just like she was talking, ignorant, and still ain't learned nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, still trying to fight against the wrong person. I looked at him like, who around you? Nobody. Like, you not got no support, and I'm not in my zone to be flexing on you. Like this is not even the spot that you gonna find out when she graduate. You gonna see who gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? This is not you. Me and you ain't even. You lucky. You know what I'm saying? You lucky you even got to talk to me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I can't believe this person would literally sit up there and talk craziness out of her mouth towards me. This is some real stuff that I feel strongly. Like, you are not even on the level that I'm at. Like, you actually lowered my standard being associated with me. This is how I really feel about this person. So me saying this in public is like, I don't understand this. And I'm not being arrogant about this. I'm being real about this. This person don't know the people I know at all. She's literally a fan. Like, you gonna get in the fan role already. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person not even, she don't even, you don't lower me. But your slander with these white supremacist people that you toting around, that you don't even know what be going on, that you don't practice all this cockamamie cross behind snake talk you be doing, and I'm not that snake. I'm the other side, and that doesn't outweigh you by a lot. So it's just like, I'd be so frustrated having to talk to this person. She knows she can't get no real energy from me, so I'd be so. All I could tell this person, my child graduates in 5 years. I'm finna show you what I'm gonna do in 5 years. You will not be on the platform that she's gonna be on after these 5 years up. I promise you. It's not even gonna be close. So, and you will sell her out so fast, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person really knows she'll sell my child out. So I'm already on her. She ain't gonna sell out. It ain't already gonna be nipped in the bud. I'm not playing by her, and it's gonna continue to be that. So, mind you, we start talking. I was like, I gotta get you gotta release a form from me because I have real important business to handle, and you have to be okay with it because I have a child with you. This is what I told her after she cussed me out. She put her headphones, ignorant. I don't even talk to this person. I'm talking about, I say this, but it's gonna get handled. She will have to. I'm gonna put it out there. She already did it. You know what I'm saying? She signed already. Don't put it out in there in the atmosphere. She already signed. So it's gonna get done. Business gonna get handled. Everything's still big over here. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what it's gonna come down to. Now, that's the story time, man. I'm gonna end it on that note. Shout out to my baby girl Naya Bush. She's still on point. She's still doing her thing. The fam, y'all know I love you, and that's how it's gonna go. Now, the ending on this white supremacy. This is only part one. Now, mind y'all, it's part one. Part one. Now, this I always like to end it on like a little, I always talk about entertainment, this and that, music. I got to watch the new Running Man movie. Now, this goes right into the white supremacy thing because they had a mixed interracial couple, and I'm not being funny when I talk about this. I like the man, the white man did a great job. I should have looked up his because he played in a lot of movies. He did a great job of being as an actor in that movie. And it's called The Running Man, the 2025 Running Man. Basically, he had a wife, It's definitely in the future time. Now, this all based Snowpiercer and the Hunger Games and the Running Man. These movies are stuff that white supremacy want to. This is how they want to run society. They don't want. They want this one figurehead out here trying to create murder kill games for money. So you either make it to that kill side, and this is that. And the Running Man was so direct. Snowpiercer is very, very like grimy, but it's a great movie. I only watched it one time. I do not want the world to be like that. I do not want to be on no train going in a circle where it can't stop and you got these levels. That one of the best. That movie is a great movie. And I watched it one time. I was like, if I watch it, I gotta watch it with my wife or something, that partner. So we gotta cover like that can't happen. We gotta think the opposite. So it's just like I think like that. Now the Running Man was very exaggerated. It was a little bit more open space. It's a free world, and that is a little bit probably how they trying to get it to for real. So, and I don't want it to be like that neither. But and then the one with Justin Timberlake with the time, the time is what your life is spending, all that crazy stuff that they be already kind of doing with people. But when you got God, when you from the highest power being in ever created, you don't have to go by that really. So everybody not created what they is. So, and I try my best to make sure my family not even in the line like I in the alignment with bull craps, because I can't be in every place everywhere. It's only me and my mom. They should have been more mindful. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, um, The Running Man was a good movie. I like the base of the movie. Okay, his he's like his child is sick. He's in mixed. He got a black wife. And then they trying to pressure his wife into being basically a whore, like somebody who they sell for money, because his money he got kicked out. This happened to me for real with the plot, the beginning plot of why he had to join the Running Man is because they kicked him out of every job for him being too good, or him having creative ideas to do stuff faster, or everybody liking him, and the boss mad because he's not doing the exactly way, this little stuff that black and whites go through, but definitely based off a white type of scenario, because in America, it's still in 2025, white men still have opportunity. They know that. They ain't nobody telling y'all to do drugs or think and start thinking y'all to actually in charge, and you're not. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Everybody feeling entitled. You know what I'm saying? So, but long story short, he got to go join the Running Man because he watched it every day, and it's a show. You join the Running Man. Now you gotta. This is the objective of the Running Man is you gotta take out all the hit men that he sent to you, and you gotta survive for 30 days out in the wilderness. Like, so it's already once you sign, everybody's like, okay, it's all depending on how you are, we the people are going to help you. This is basically what the Running Man is. If you are good with people, if you are good at communicating and getting people to fight for your cause, and people want to get behind you, that's how you was gonna survive. So it was 3 people in his group. It's 3 people that signed up for the Running Man. It was multiple show, but Running Man is the ultimate $1 billion show. You get over there 100 million, whatever it was, the big number they were saying, you're gonna be in the billionaire, million, 100 million, or whatever club they was in, they're gonna be rich and successful and whatnot. So he was one of these people that was down to earth. He could talk to anybody. He already had a partner that was gonna help him out the gate, but he didn't. The crazy thing is the dude he was actually asked for help right out the gate when the 30 days started. He went to go get his ID and his face and get the gear to cover. That's the guy that helped all type of people in the community in the where he was. And he was gonna hire him to work because he seen how much people was going against him for no reason. And he had his whole uniform. He's like, but you already signed. And then as soon as he helped them, they went right in, killed the dude. But he already knew what came with it. So he ended up getting there. He didn't make it. The 30 days was out because he ended up beating the whole game while going against the whole guy who was over it. He had then the way he went about it, he had to change the rules of the game. Basically, he had to get the people to see that they are, because they started using that AI technology in the show where they get people to think that this is what happened and this what really happened. So they was trying to propaganda him to get people to go against him because he had the people working with him. It was a good movie, so I suggest people watch it. I was actually entertained. Some people not as invested in how the world changes every day, how the world was formed. I'm already invested in that. I'm a black man in America, so like I tell y'all, I don't come from nothing weak. So they're gonna try to do their best to make me look weak. They want to uplift fags and gay and LGBTQ. I'm not standing on that at all. That been the play the whole time. So we just gotta keep moving on, man. We gotta keep, acknowledging that some of this stuff is just not what it's gonna ever be. It's not never gonna be accepted by me. And especially my the children and my family, I'm gonna tell them straight up that ain't accepted at all over here. So that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, just check that movie out. It's good. That's right up the alleyway of just separation and divide and trying to because I don't mind if people. I know for a fact the white man wants to control the black woman, and the best way they control is marrying our black woman off to these white men that don't put us in prison. So my black women be mindful of this, man. It's real life out here. We need your help. We actually need, make sure y'all paying attention to like who actually went to prison for something wrong and who, what I'm saying, we need your help on that. Don't get caught up in all this paper, selling us out. It's a piece of paper. It'll eventually come to you if you do the right things. Or if you move back to these, you could go to Canada, you could go to any, a black woman is one of the most powerful people in the world. You could leave the United States where y'all are not treated properly at all, and you can go out here and be successful, and you can have money, you can have success being you. You might need to learn a new language or something, depending on where you go. It's true. You go to Asia, anywhere, India. You know what I'm saying? These places, I ain't telling you I'm all in. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Just be mindful of that. If you can't conjure up the strength to help us here, don't come here trying to mess us up and put us in enslavement in prisons and all that for money. So y'all move on, man. Think bigger, think brighter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's part one of modification of power, F.W.S. You'll know what F.W.S is if you actually run into me, ask about what F.W.S means. And and I'm your host, Ira Bush. If I did not say it in the beginning, like I said, I'm gonna keep telling this will definitely be one of the most powerful show I experienced. Share the experience with you. Stuff happened to me. I literally try my best not to step on nobody's toes of what they call success, but you're not gonna put my child. You're not gonna stuff gonna happen because it didn't have nothing to do with her. That's all that was. But yeah, that's it for today. Part two, I don't know. I'm gonna finish that book. I don't really want to read the other one, but I might have to read both. And that's basically what the second one gonna be. The second part two gonna be about is dissecting this book and maybe this book, depending on what they talking about in the first chapter. Because I don't want to see this guy telling me about no Ku Klux Klan stopping the Ku Klux Klan. This guy can't tell me that a woman, it better be a black woman. If it's a white woman, they cancel that, and we might not go too in depth in this book, but we're gonna see what they talking about. We're definitely gonna read this one. But yeah, shout out to Eric. I'm about to, this guy, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna watch this. But see y'all later. That's it for the day. I actually got something to do this evening, so assignment this evening. Hopefully these people, know who coming in. And they know what the plan is, man. We're gonna work hard, we're gonna get the job done, man. We're gonna get the assignment done. And that's it. Y'all stay strong, y'all keep your head, keep your head, keep your head up. And yeah, that's pretty much it.